Good morning, y'all. My name is Mariah Sincere, and I'm a self love coach who helps people radically transform their lives through one on one coaching. I am the proof. At the beginning of the year, I hated the way that I was living, and within 6 months, I developed a plan and moved out the country. I said I was going to move to Colombia in January, and by June, I was gone. So I am very good at executing once I get my mind laid on something. I'm very good at standing my boundaries and knowing my self worth. So, if it seems like that's something that you are interested in developing, please send me an email at thepassportsis@gmail.com. I also plan travel and am a travel broker. So if you are interested in that, I do itineraries, I plan travel. And if you would like to get into the travel business, I can help you do that as well. So again, for all that, shoot me an email at thepassportsis@gmail.com. I'm just waiting on y'all to get in here. I apologize for my tardiness this morning. Guys, we have so much. I hate to say we have tea to talk about because really there's a lesson in all of this, right? I wouldn't be talking about it if there wasn't. But it is still kind of drama, a little bit of entertainment. So, we're going to call it what it is. We got Cardi B admitting that she cheated on Offset. And we have Mayor Eric Adams getting indicted. Now, the charges so far, like what he's getting indicted for, that's unknown. It hasn't been said yet. Basically, we know it has to do with some type of corruption, but I'm pretty sure this is tied to the Diddy case. Somehow, this is the same man that gave P. Diddy the key to the city. So, we shall see what comes of this. It seems like they're coming for everybody at this point. Again, I've told y'all already. As far as Diddy and them go, that's all smoke and mirrors. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm not saying that he didn't do all the things that they said he did. I believe he did all those things. But at the same time, it looks like the higher ups need some sacrificial lambs. Y'all know people in New York, they're feeling away about this mass immigration, right? That has been allowed. And even though Mayor Eric Adams for some time has been saying, they can't do it anymore. They took on too many people. Um, he's still going to take the fall at the end of the day. So I'm sure there are a lot of people who are going to be really happy to see that he is being brought up on charges, that he is being investigated. A lot of people are going to be appeased by this. So again, guys, as y'all come in, go ahead and comment. I'm going to light my candle just to set the vibes. Ooh. Before we get into now my candle don't want to light, and see, I don't want to burn my nails. I have another one I can go grab. I just don't want to go grab it. There we go. Ooh, there we go. All you need is a little spark. All right, so I'm just waiting on some people to get in here before I get started. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Starbucks in Colombia is so good. I'm sure they use Colombian coffee when they make it. It hits and it's a little bit more affordable. For example, this was like $5. I guess to a Colombian, this is expensive coffee because you can honestly get a really good Colombian coffee for like $1.50 here, or sometimes as low as 50 cents. But this is still really good. All right, so while I'm waiting on y'all to get in here, I'm going to pull up some things. Again, as y'all come in, make sure that y'all hit the like button. That helps people know that I am on live. And yes, I'm begging and pleading because, baby, I'm growing this channel. Okay, I don't have too much pride. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. But at the end of the day, I'm here to grow. I'm here to get somewhere. And I understand that sometimes y'all just forget to hit the like button. Okay. I'm still tripping on what I saw Cardi B say yesterday. That girl is funny. That girl is hilarious. Okay. I can't wait to talk about this. All I got to say is finally. Finally. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my quote of the day. Mm-mm. Okay, so this quote was said by the late great Winston Churchill. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Okay. In other words, it's called failing forward. You know, I tell this to my daughter all the time because I have her in soccer. It's new for her. And she's really good when it comes to the playing part. It's the skills part at the beginning of practice that she hates and that she doesn't do well at. And at the beginning of practice, she'll be like, I just want to quit soccer right now. And then by the end, she loves it. But at the beginning, I have to coach her and be like, you're not quitting. You're going to go back out there. You're going to try. Go ask your coach for help. Go ask him to show you again. Look at the other kids because quitting is not an option, baby. We fail forward over here. And I think it's really important to teach yourself resilience so that you can teach your children resilience. You know, life is not meant to be easy. I don't know why people have sold us this lie and this dream that it is, but it's not. Life is really hard. It's really difficult. But in the midst of that, you can be happy, you can fail forward, and you can grow. I think we live in this microwave generation where people expect things to happen immediately. And even I had to learn that I was a product of that. Like, I have to even talk myself through moments where I feel like, okay, this didn't happen, and then be like, well, you've only been working on it for X amount of time, or you haven't been going as hard as you should. Of course, it's not where you want it to be. And even then, if you're going as hard as possible, sometimes it takes time. So that just is what it is. So I just want to leave y'all with that before we get to it now. Cardi B allegedly cheated on Offset while she was pregnant. And y'all know me. Normally, I say don't cheat, right? I don't feel like people should cheat. I feel like if somebody cheats on you, whether it be the man cheating first or the woman cheating first, I feel like once you find out, you should leave the first time, the very first time. In very rare occasions, you will stay with a person and they won't do it again. I'm saying that's so rare. It's not even worth going through the trouble to see. You should leave the first time. Maybe later on down the line, if that person has grown and they've learned a lesson, y'all can come back together after you've been broken up for a long time. And I don't mean, oh, you break up with that person just to teach them that you show them that you will leave, that you will move around. No, like it needs to be some time where you're on your own, getting to know yourself, developing a life apart from this person, and watching them from afar and seeing how they move with other people. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, cheating is a character flaw. Like it's not something, yes, there are people who are not doing what they're supposed to be doing in relationships, but the people that I know who don't cheat off of principle. It has absolutely nothing to do with the other person. It's just on principle. I don't move that way with anybody. That's the only type of person who will get with you and not cheat. And I know a lot of the times especially as women, we like to feel like, oh, we're the one that made this man settle down and stop cheating. No, if he hasn't decided that for himself, then sorry to break it to you, if he's faithful to you at the beginning, right, he's probably not going to be able to sustain that for 10, 15, 20 years, an entire marriage. So you have to be able to recognize when that is just a character flaw of a person. And I understand that there is a lot of rhetoric online that tries to make women especially believe that it's something that she's doing that's causing the man to cheat. Maybe you're not maybe you emasculate him too much. And again, that's such a broad term, because you will tell a man that he can do better, or that he can like you will tell a man, hey, why don't you go back to school, or why don't you do something to better your life, and say it as kind as you want to, and a man will still say you're emasculating him, right? So you emasculate these men by going and getting a degree. And I'm saying this as a woman who, like, I've never been in a relationship where I have thrown any type of accomplishment back into my man's face. Y'all understand? Like, I've never been like, oh, I have my degree, or I'm working doing this, or I'm working on that, or I do this, that, and the third. Why can't you do it? Or who are you? Or looking down on you? No, it's always been in the spirit of, hey, I see that you're good at this. Why don't you try XYZ? Especially when they're not happy with where they're at. But if somebody doesn't want to try, and if they want to wallow in self-pity, and if they want to convince themselves that it's not worth it to put in the effort for anything you say is going to emasculate them. So, and again, if you know that you're rude and you're mean, that's a whole nother story. But um a lot of women have just been taught, okay, men are going to cheat on you because you emasculate them, or you're not sleeping with them enough. And what I will say is, if you get into a long-term committed relationship with somebody, you take on the responsibility of regularly sleeping with them. I don't know why y'all think after a few years you can just dwindle it down to once or twice a month, or even a couple times a year. But with that said, that's still a character flaw on that other person, because why are you too weak to leave somebody that doesn't even want to sleep with you? Why are you staying there? And I think, women, we've just been convinced that we hold the entire responsibility of men being unfaithful, when this is just weak ninja behavior, honestly and truly. I think we have to change our mindset around it too. And that's why women stay so long. So a lot of the times when a man steps out on a woman, you'll see her get insecure and try to do more just to keep him there, when really your mentality needs to be like, this is a weak ninja. Okay. This is a undisciplined man. This is a weak man. And yes, I understand that men have a higher testosterone. They think about smegs more than we do. Therefore, they have a higher proclivity to step out. But even then, the fact that you're unwilling to try to master yourself is a sign of weakness, because we all have vices that we deal with. We all have areas in our lives that we need to do better with. There are some people who have advantages and disadvantages in other areas. Your job on this earth is to try to figure out how I feel in the gaps with the struggle that I have been given. And when I see somebody just give into, oh, it's my nature, you weak. You a weak a ninja. Like, honestly and truly. So I personally feel like women need to develop the mindset when a man is cheating on you, that you weak, you lame, you disloyal. Right? When you start thinking of a man as lame after he cheats on you, you won't stay with him. I promise you, you won't. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this video. This was shared by Coffee City here on YouTube. Y'all know YouTube be tripping, or people have been tripping on YouTube. So hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. Let me pause this. And I'm going to go ahead and present my screen again. As y'all are coming in, hit the like button. Okay, so this is going to be a video of Cardi going off on Offset. Okay. If my connection has been bad, I apologize. I had my VPN on. I didn't realize it was on, and that always messes up the connection. All right, let's get it going.
Make yourself feel better because I make you feel so low about yourself. Because I don't make you feel like you're that nigga in this home. So that's what you gotta do. So you out here trying to hurt my feelings because you can the next. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because them hoes ain't good enough that I be having you crashing out all weekend. You was mad happy today when I called you today. And the only reason why I called you today is because I'm trying to change my son's school and I need your approval. Other than that, nigga, fuck you. I don't care. The world, my ops. I'm with your ops. That's one for your ops. Yeah, of course, because you don't move with integrity. You're not a street nigga. That's what you do. That's what you do. Oh, I'm gonna go for your ops. Boo hoo, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my ops. You fuck my friends, nigga. I don't give a shit.
Oh my gosh. You can tell she's over it. Like she's over it. She's done with it. Wrap it up. But she's been putting up with his behavior so long. But this is giving when a woman is fed up, when a woman is done, right? Now, her saying, obviously the women that you're messing with aren't good enough because you keep calling my phone. Let me just say this. No woman is good enough for him. Because if Cardi was good enough for him, then he wouldn't have been stepping out and cheating. If these other women were good enough for him, he wouldn't be calling Cardi's phone, right? The thing is, he's calling her because he's broke and he doesn't have any money. He doesn't have the money that Cardi B has. So he is financially dependent upon her. And now he's seeing the writing is on the wall. This divorce is serious. It's up for him. She's messing with another dude, which that's something that it seems like she hasn't done before. That's new for him. So he's starting to realize that the walls are caving in and the man can't breathe. You understand? Let me say this. I've been known from the beginning that Cardi was a pawn for Offset. And we'll talk about that as we go further along in the video.
You're a lame to me, and you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you even play with me for such a long time, because you're not even a real right nigga for me. I make you look good, nigga. Fuck you.
Now let me say this. I'm happy that Cardi B is finally realizing that she was always the value in that equation, right? To me, Offset is dusty. He would have been fell off a long time ago. He's not even on the level of Quavo. He would have been fell off a long time ago if it wasn't for Cardi keeping him relevant, Cardi bringing him to her appearance. Who is checking for Offset's performances in his albums? Like, Offset was good when he was with the Migos. Like, the group as a whole was what made them strong. Well, the group is over now. Nobody is running trying to get tickets to see Offset. I'm sorry, they're not. Now, with Cardi B, I feel like at the beginning of that relationship, it was beneficial for her because the Migos had bigger star power, right? At that time, I remember I was in college. She was on her come up, but Cardi B was always going to come up. If y'all don't remember, before she blew up, I was watching her before she got on Love and Hip Hop. Okay, So I knew her before I even seen her touch a TV screen because she was funny. She would get on the internet and go on her rants and talk about the strip club, and she was just so real and authentic. So at that time, they were gonna try to prop somebody up to go up against Nikki anyway, right? I think they tried it with Dream Doll. She just didn't have the personality. Cardi B came with that personality that people gravitated towards. So it was always inevitable that she was going to come up. I don't really think that she needed the Migos to do it. I think that relationship got the blogs buzzing about her, right? It looked good. It looked like a power couple type move. But at the end of the day, Bodak Yellow was always going to be as big as it was. She was always going to get the attention that she got. So I feel like at the beginning that relationship was beneficial, but I see this a lot of the times, especially when a woman is a hustler and she's a go-getter, she gets to the money and she just takes up a whole lot of space over time. If you got with a man who was doing better than you at the beginning, what happens is a lot of these men start getting lazy, especially when you begin to, Cardi B have talked about that 50-50. Y'all, we've seen her. We've seen her. And again, I'm not knocking the 50-50 couples. I think in some instances it does make sense. In some instances, it is beneficial. In some instances, the woman is not getting played. So at the end of the day, people have to do what works for them. But is it really working for you? Because a lot of women walking around here lying to everybody and lying to themselves, like Cardi B tried to sit on the internet and lie to so many of us about and gaslight us. We all been knowing that Cardi B has been the breadwinner in that relationships and been taking care of the bills. And whatever money Offset appears to have is a house of cards. And that without Cardi, he's just another washed up rapper. But she preached that 50-50 for so long. Okay, what eventually begins to happen when you become the breadwinner with a man who is not naturally ambitious, he begins to chill, he begins to relax, he begins to sit in his feminine energy, right? And in this case, you had Offset running around spending her money. And if he was spending his own money, the only reason why he could afford to trick on all these women was because Cardi B is holding all the major bills and responsibilities down. So when you have a woman at home that is willing to hold down the majority of the bills and the finances and come save you, when you step outside and you got a pocket full of money, it turns you up to all these other women out here that don't know any better or don't really understand your finances. It makes these women think that you got some money, that you're just that dude. See, a lot of these cheaters would not be able to operate if they didn't have a woman at the house that was willing to go 50-50 with them. And that's why they don't leave. When y'all say, well, if you want to cheat, why don't you just leave? Well, if they leave, people are going to see them for who they really are. People are going to see what they really can and cannot afford. And a lot of the women that they mess with, especially somebody like Offset, to me, in my opinion, if he was never a rapper, if you just seen him walking down the street in Atlanta, he's not handsome in the face to me. He's dusty looking to me. So a lot of these tens and bad chicks and girls with all the surgery that y'all see him with, they would not mess with Offset if he was, walking around in the hood of Atlanta. No, that's not how that go. They deal with him because they know he comes with name recognition and he's going to trick. And Cardi B is going to talk about that. Again, guys, if y'all are coming in, make sure that y'all hit the like button. Hey, Gil from Great Britain. Good morning, sir. Glad to see you back again. Yeah, today we're talking about the whole, I don't know, in the UK, do y'all care about Cardi B like that? We're talking about the whole Cardi B and Offset cheating scandal. Cardi got her lick back. And we're going to get into Mayor Eric Adams in New York, who's associated with P. Diddy getting indicted.
Look at the bitch pumpkin. Fuck you. I don't care. Look at the fucking. I'm gonna fuck your ups. I'm gonna fucking. Matter of fact, oh look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna fuck them anyways, nigga. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. And them's gonna throw you that pussy for 2,000. You gotta survive out here. Bitches gotta survive out here, nigga. Now I'm with them bitches. Now I'm with bitches. Okay, you could do that. You was gonna.
Okay, so if you don't know again, hey Olivia, good morning, girl. What's up? Okay, good to see you, sis. All right, so again, for those of y'all who don't know, Cardi B is doing this because Offset basically put her on blast on the live saying she cheated while he was pregnant, and her response is and did. Absolutely did. So he's coming back saying, okay, well, I'm gonna go cheat on you with your ops and whoop de whoop. And it's like he been messing with her ops. Didn't she? Didn't she get in trouble and get charges for having people jump Jade? And has he not been seen out with Jade like frequently for like the past 6 months? He's been out with her. So it's like you can't use something against a woman to try to hurt her when you've already done all of this. Okay, by this point, she's immune to it all. You done cheated on her with everybody in the world, including her ops. So telling her now, I'm going to go cheat on you with your ops. Who cares? At this point, she already knows that you lame, that you don't follow code. And I love that she brought this up because there are so many men who like to claim that they are real ninjas and they real street dudes, but they really don't follow street codes. It only applies when they're talking about other men, right? Which to me, that gives off an air of like, that's giving Diddy vibes. That's giving you bat for the other team vibes when as a man, you feel like it's more important for you to show loyalty to other men than the woman that you're laying beside to every single night. That's giving that you want your bros to be your man. That's what it's giving. So he's been out here messing with the ops. And to me, you can't claim that you're a real street dude. You can't claim none of that if you go and cheat with somebody that you know is your girl's friends, your girl's best friend, family member, or somebody that she has beef with. No, that's very disloyal. Very disloyal. It's disloyal to cheat in general. That's lame to do to somebody that's treating you right. Whether you're a man or a woman, you should never go cheat on somebody. But if you're going to do it, at least move with some type of code and ethics. But when you're thirsty and you're a trick, then you move like this. And I'm glad that she's finally seeing it because, to be honest, as a woman, if you stay with a dude that's lame and cheating on you while you are putting up with that behavior, you a lame chick as well. And he had her doing all, and I'm not gonna say he had her because she very much chose to. She was doing all type of lame stuff in behind a complete lame, a dude with no code, no morals, thirsty, and a trick. I'm not sure if people rock with Cardi B here in Britain. Britain rocks with LOX and Mobb Deep when Prodigy was alive. Oh, okay. I don't, to be honest, I don't even. Oh, Locks. Okay, the Locks and Mobb Deep when Prodigy was alive. Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, I don't know either. And see, I'm trying to become a global citizen and kind of see what is everybody into around the world. All right, let's
Gonna do it
continue.
regardless. You go to a club and you probably get drunk. You give them bitches 2,000. You was gonna do them regardless. Them hoes gotta survive.
I know that's right.
These hoes is hungry out here. We in a recession, baby. Them hoes gotta get paid. Do that. I don't.
Okay, and I'm glad that she's not really going all the way in on the women now, that she's redirecting and focusing the energy where it needs to be, which is Offset. Because yes, at the end of the day, Offset is a trick. Men like him are tricks. If he wasn't cheating on Cardi, he would be cheating on another woman that he was with. So as much, and again, I'm not condoning getting with men for money. But the fact of the matter is, the reality of it is that those type of men exist. Those type of men who are tricks exist. And there is a niche of women who say, okay, well, you're going to trick regardless. I might as well get paid. I might as well be the one to get the money because you're gonna spend it on somebody else. You gonna be out here spending it, baby. So I'm, I, no shade to those women at all. Do you, baby? It's not for me, but I understand a need exists and they need to fulfill it.
I don't care. I don't care. Or I'm a watch what I'm gonna do to you. Watch what I'm this, that, blah, blah, blah. You already done it all. You already done it all. You already done it all. You done it all. You done it all. You done it all. Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me. You done it all. So I don't care. I don't.
Oh, she eating me up with these faces.
Thank you for my kids, though. All three of them. I don't regret none of them.
I think that's what it was too. I think Cardi B stayed with Offset for so long because she wanted to have all her kids by the same dad. As much as, yes, Cardi B does come from the Bronx. Yes, she used to work in a strip club, but she comes from a traditional Dominican, Trinidadian island family. And the women are very, if y'all don't know anything about Dominican women, they stay with a man. They stay with a man, and when they get with a man, they're going to try to cook, clean, be catering. They believe in family. That's true for a lot of Hispanic people. They're very heavily family oriented. And I remember Cardi B saying that when she got mad at Offset a while ago, and she was like, and she was going back and forth with his family members because they were coming from her. And she was basically saying, like, I don't come from this whole broken home, broken family mentality that y'all have, So I think she stayed so long because she really wanted to have a family unit, but it's to the point where he's just doing too much, right? So eventually you're going to have to leave. But I do believe strategically wise, she was just like, let all my kids have the same dad. So we don't have any division in the home over who's dad and all this half sibling stuff. And again, I'm a product of half siblings. Me and my brothers don't all have the same dads. So I'm not knocking anybody who comes from a home where y'all have different dads. But I can understand somebody saying, I just don't want to deal with that dynamic for sure.
But I regret you. I don't regret my kids. You're good, daddy. You all right. I don't regret them.
And I feel like she's giving him too much credit there because you can't be that good of a father if you're out running around all the time. You got so much time to cheat. Okay.
None.
I'm a single mom and I barely have time to even go on a date. This man has several side chicks. So how much time is he really spending with his kids? I think the fact of the matter is the bar is in hell. So when a man does just a little bit, we give them credit. I don't believe he
none of them
is even an okay father.
Fuck you. I regret you. I'm too good for you. I always been too good for you. You know I'm too good for you, nigga. And I don't ever.
I went to Trinidad in 1998. My mom's sister and my grandma's sister live in Trinidad. That's what's up. I want to eventually visit one day. I just want to do I want to take a summer to just tour the islands. I love the islands, y'all. I'm definitely hitting St. Thomas for Carnival next year. So I'm excited. I've been to St. Thomas several times. I just never went during Carnival season. So I'm definitely going.
I never even wanted to get on this social media because I don't want to turn off the next nigga off because this is not my type of shit.
And that's the only criticism that I'll give her. Now, with that said, Cardi B has been on the internet so long that any man dealing with her just gotta know what she come with. Gotta know that she a really hood, she a little ghetto. But what I will say is she does seem like she's a good person. Like she has a good heart. She doesn't just mess with people for no reason, right? I think she's more simple than what this celebrity lifestyle brings her. And she said this plenty of times how she wishes she could go back, or that she misses when she was broke or just, in the hood. And I think that's just because she's really just a genuine, down to earth, round the way chick who happened to get into some contracts that she didn't really understand. And you can kind of tell that that's why you don't see her doing what she's supposed to be doing in the music side, because she didn't really like music like that to begin with. Again, they propped her up to go against Nicki, but I think she's been discouraged since she's seen all the corruption in the industry and what comes along with it. Okay, guys, y'all remember to hit the like button as y'all come through.
This is not my type of shit. I don't ever want the next nigga to ever think that I'm a messy bitch. But you want to be a messy nigga and do petty shit because you hurt? All right, we going to do it then. Let's go lick for lick. Let's go wrong for wrong. Let's go hit for hit. You. I told you, leave me the fuck alone.
I'm going to say this too. Cardi B looks better. I know people like to talk about the surgery that she's had on her face. She looks good when she doesn't have makeup on. She looks really good right here. I think she looks better. The makeup is what makes it all look fake.
Bye.
Do you want to become a software engineer?
Okay.
Well, if you don't know
all
where to
right.
start,
And then
I'm Jacob. I'm
there's another video that
here
she put out. Let me see if I can find it. That had me crying. I think this is it. But is that a short? I don't want to watch the short. I want to watch the video. I want to watch the footages. Y'all remember when she was like, show me the footages. Okay, this is from 9mag TV.
Cardi B respond.
A lot of things to do tomorrow. One more motherfucking thing before I get the on out of here. All right. I just want to let motherfuckers know one good shit, right? I don't give a if a talking about, oh, I'm gonna expose you, or I'm gonna put them text messages that go through your phone. I don't give a I will expose my own tea. I don't give a I don't.
And my whole thing is, how are you going to threaten to expose your wife when, first of all, y'all are divorcing because of your behavior? Because we've been seeing him cheat on her for years and been telling her, girl, either stand up or shut up about it. Quit talking to us about it.
I don't care. I don't care. Do that.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I don't care. You should be happy. You know what you should be? You know what you should be happy? You should be happy that I'm a real gangster ass bitch. At the end of the day, I'm a real gangster ass bitch and I'm a solid bitch. So one thing I'm not gonna do to you ever is entertaining them, your ops that be in my DMs. I will never do that because the op to you is a nigga that wants you. And I don't want you because my kids love the fuck out of you. My kids love you down. So I will never do that. And I really follow gangster. I really follow street codes. I will never be a lame ass bitch that just to get back. No, I don't have.
And here's the thing with Cardi B. Like, I feel like she had to just show. I think he forgot where she came from. That's another thing. She's, being a good woman, playing this good girl role. He had her in the house for so long. So, like, I think he forgot who he was dealing with. I think he forgot that she's been in the club. She's seen how men move. I think she forgot. That's another thing. I think she forgot that she was up on game, right? I think she had to go remind herself and then remind him. But it's a lot of women out here that are more real than men. And men will even tell you that. There's a lot of women out here who move with more respect and street code than men.
Have to do that shit. I just gotta that's better than you. However, I don't give a you can expose whatever the you want to expose. I expose it myself. Get out of here. I told you when a Libra start Libraing, we really don't give a Now, goodbye.
Yeah, she fed up, y'all. She's fed up. So I'm happy sis finally stood up. And again, normally I wouldn't even condone cheating back. Honestly and truly. I feel like if somebody cheat on you, leave. But there are certain circumstances. Like, okay, if you find out your man is cheating on you and you decide that you're gonna stay with him, I don't feel like you should cheat back. Why? Because if you cheat back on him to get your lick back, well, all you're gonna do is make him feel like and he finds out you're gonna make him feel justified. And a man could cheat on you 100 times. If you cheat on him one time, he is going to feel justified in all those 100 times that he cheated on you before you cheated on him. I know it sounds crazy. She ain't lying about that Libra comment. I swear to God. Yeah, hey, baby, and I'm a Gemini. So, us air signs, we're really happy, really bubbly, really lighthearted. We're really forgiving. We go out our way to try to be a good partner, like in understanding. But like once it's up, it's all the way up. Do you hear me? Like it's all the way up. Ain't no like once them emotions come off, that's it. We don't care. You would think we never ever loved you or had any type of genuine feelings for you at all. You'll be questioning, did she ever love me? Did she ever really like me? Did. Okay, but all that's over. It's a wrap. Okay. He will drag you forever. Yes, yeah. So and that's what I'm saying. If you're going to cheat back on a man, you have to be willing to stand on business. You have to do so with the understanding of I'm getting my lick back and this is over. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have the mindset, it's over, it's done, it's a wrap. Don't even let him even if he want to take you back, don't go back. Don't let him take you back. You understand? Now, I feel like too, as a woman, you shouldn't, because our bodies are valuable. So I feel like you shouldn't go cheat back just to get your look back, and then you end up giving your body to somebody that you really like don't care about. Y'all don't have a connection. You developing some type of tie or something like that. But it seems like from everything that I watched that Cardi actually liked this dude that she's cheating with or that she's messing with. That she feels like it's an upgrade. So in that situation, I'm gonna say like, okay, at least you don't feel like you're playing yourself. You actually like the person that you decide that you're gonna finally step out with and you done with the dude. But if you're just going and cheating with some random, I feel like that's playing yourself. Or for example, like she was saying, if she just went and cheated with his friend just to get back at him, I feel like that's being goofy and that's playing yourself, right? Because you didn't want to sleep with this man like that. You just did it to prove a point versus, you know what? I'm tired of this dude, this other dude that, I think is attractive or I think got something going on. He's been trying to get at me for a minute. Let me see what's up with him. And then you go, cheat. I think that's a much better decision. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you gonna cheat back, then it's a certain mentality you gotta go into it with. You just gotta know this is up, this is over, and I'm going out with a bang. If you gonna do that. Yes, agreed. I'm a Libra also. And once we get to the point, that's it. That point is it. But you took it there. Yeah, facts. Like by the time we get there, you took it all the way there. Because if you know anything about an air signs, we loyal, except for male Geminis. But like air signs, like we will be the most like down for you type of person. Even female Geminis, people say we got multiple personalities and we're crazy. But once we get into a relationship with you, we are in that thing, right? But when it's up, it's up. It's no coming back. There's no getting back. I've never broken up with an ex, or an ex has never, like, the relationship has never ended. Even they broke up with me and I successfully got back. Like all that, when I see people doing all that back and forth, them on and off breakups, as far as like, okay, we together, a cheating happened, and then we back together 6 months or a year later, my heart be so cold and stiff on a dude after that first breakup that we ain't never getting back together. And never. I see you as lame. Like, I see you as like, I shouldn't have gave you my time. Like, I'd be disgusted with myself that I even dealt with you for you to play with me the first time. That's how we are. We're not like we're not emotional like a Pisces woman. They're more likely to do that back and forth on and off, kind of like Janae Aiko and Big Sean. Like, if Big Sean, like, y'all saw how Janae Aiko took Big Sean back after he broke up with her, and then he was seen out with his ex and doing all that. Air sign woman, don't play like that. It's done. It's a wrap for you, baby. We're not getting back with you because we're kind of like a prideful man in that regard. I don't want my friends and family to see me with you. Okay, I don't want people to like look at me like I'm lame because I'm out and about with you again after they've seen you out and about with other women. We can't do it. Cold. The trust, yeah, once the trust is gone, we can't. Because here's the thing, we're also not the type of people that want to sit up and go through your phone. We give you your space because we require space. So I'm not the type of woman who want to sit up and go through your phone or be looking over your shoulders or watching the time that you come in the house. I'm going to sleep. I really don't care what time you come in. But we give you enough rope to hang yourself. So once you hang yourself, it's over. It's a wrap, because you played with my trust. You played with my understanding. You played with my kindness. So like, and I'm not going to be the type trying to look over my shoulder every time you're on the phone or you step out the house. Like, I don't have time. We're grown. And if you can't govern yourself, I'm not going to be the one to do it. And I'm not going to be stressed out and behind what you are and are not doing when I'm not there. Okay, so let's talk about Mayor Eric Adams. Woo! This is a lot. This is a lot. Now, people have been saying that he is corrupt. Before this whole Diddy scandal even broke, people have been saying this man is corrupt. And like I said at the beginning of the live, I feel like he is being offered up as the sacrificial lamb in behind this whole immigration crisis, right? Basically, y'all know the people of New York, they are very upset about what has happened to their city because of mass illegal immigration. If y'all have seen some of the things that are going on in New York, they're having stores that are just being, y'all know how people do those smash and grabs, like that's happening in a mass scale in New York, where these stores are just being cleaned out. You have people who are sleeping on the streets. You even have this new wave of crime. Basically, it's like moto crime. Now, I live in South America, and this is something that I had to prepare for before I came here. So it's in a lot of places in South America, especially here in Colombia, people do crimes via motorcycle. So in Texas, people do ride motorcycles, but it's nowhere near as common as here in Colombia. In Colombia, I want to say over 50% of the population that has a vehicle has a motorcycle. So you're driving with so many motorcycles versus in the US, that's not really as big of a thing. And if it was, there'd be so many wrecks because we don't know how to drive with it. Now, with that said, the benefit of having a motorcycle instead of a car, if you are a thief, is that it's very quick for you to get in and out. You could go snatch a purse from somebody and then drive up on a sidewalk or drive through an alley and maneuver through places that a car would not be able to get you through. On top of that, this kind of goes back to what I was saying about the pew pew law, the GAT laws here in the United States that people are pushing that we pass. in Colombia, regular citizens don't have weapons. Okay, the non-criminals, they don't have gats and they don't have knives. Only the criminals have the gats. So they roll up on these motorcycles with their gats. You don't have any way to protect yourself, so you have to give them your stuff, and they're able to get in and out really quickly. Now, this is a new wave of crime that is happening in New York right now. Moto crimes. Okay, you have a lot of immigrants who are coming, and they're able to either lease a motorcycle because they were doing like delivery or something. They've stolen motorcycles, or they've just been able to come up with the money to buy it and are committing crimes via motorcycle. Is it all of them? Absolutely not. But it is enough to where it's introduced an element of crime in New York that was not previously there. So with that said, the people of New York are pissed off. Crime rates are up, the muggings are up, and because they got rid of, what is that called? What kind of bail is that called? Like, because they got rid of like the cash bail system, these criminals are being released the next day. So they're not, especially even if they're like not here illegally, if they're here illegally, they're not getting deported. They're just booking them and releasing them, maybe giving them a court date in the future. But the courts are so backed up, it's going to be so long before they have to go back to court. So you could rob somebody, get caught by the police, and be out the next day in New York. And that's happening with so many of the crimes. So I feel like people are fed up, and I feel like the establishment is using Mayor Eric Adams as a sacrificial lamb. Now, that is not to say that he's not corrupt and that he is not involved in the things that he is being accused of. Okay? I'm not saying that at all. You know, I believe whatever charges he is being brought up on, that there is evidence to suggest that he did these things. Understand that these are federal charges. And the feds, when they shoot, they don't miss. Very few people go up against the federal government and win, because by the time they announce that they are coming for you, they already have everything they need. They don't let their left hand know what their right hand is doing until it's as good as sealed. It's a wrap for you. Okay. So I'm going to share some headlines. So this is on the Shade Room. Again, guys, if y'all are coming in, hit the like button. Okay, so New York Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted after federal investigation into alleged corruption. So this was from the New York Times. Breaking news: Mayor Eric Adams of New York City was indicted following a federal corruption investigation, said people briefed on the case. All right. So I was trying to find the exact charges, because corruption is a broad term. Like, what type of corruption? But I don't think they're releasing that information yet. Okay, so I'm on the New York Times right now. Eric Adams, a retired police captain who was elected as New York City's 110th mayor nearly 3 years ago and had promised to rein in crime, has been indicted in a federal corruption investigation, people with knowledge of the matter said. The indictment remained sealed. That's why we don't know the exact charges. The indictment remained sealed on Wednesday night, and it was unclear what charge or charges Mr. Adams will face. But the federal investigation has focused, at least in part, on whether Mr. Adams and his campaign conspired with the Turkish government to receive illegal foreign donations. When the indictment is made public, Mr. Adams, a Democrat, will become the first New York City mayor to face a federal charge while in office. It was not clear when he will surrender to the authorities. Federal prosecutors were expected to announce more details on Thursday. Okay, so this is over campaign funds. Now, why would the Turkish government be giving a mayor money? That's the question. He's just the mayor. He's just the mayor of New York. So why would the government of Turkey go so far as to illegally fund his campaign? I need to know the reasons behind that. I definitely think in some way this is tied to P. Diddy. And I'm just speculating here, but I wonder if maybe he's been being investigated before they went in on P. Diddy, right? But I wonder if P. Diddy is in there offering some type of evidence or information on Eric Adams, because they're cool. That's his homie. They're cool. They're tight. He's been in the same parties as Diddy. I'm not saying that he was in the after parties, but he's definitely went to some Diddy parties in terms of, just being in a communal setting, with Diddy. So I am interested to see how this is going to play out, but that is rather odd that the Turkish government would be illegally funding a mayor. That lets you know that there's some type of benefit involved to the Turkish government, because nobody that is rich or a government is going to fund a campaign if there is no financial benefit for them. So that's going to be interesting to see within the coming days or weeks. Let's look at Mayor Eric Adams' response.
Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors.
Okay, I want to know how he stood his ground for New Yorkers. Right now, let me say this. Recently, he has been speaking up about the immigration being a problem. Actually, for a while. Once he realized we don't have the logistics in place to be able to take care of all these people that are being bused here, then he started speaking up. Now they're trying to offer a lot of the immigrants money to leave, to go other places. They're trying to bus the immigrants to other places, right? But before he actually had to deal with this problem in real time, he was sitting up talking about we're a sanctuary city. We accept everybody, right? And they were demonizing people like the governor in Texas for saying, we can't take them. We can barely afford to take care of our people, right? So regardless of how you feel, whether or not you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, right? What I respect about Greg Abbott, which there are many things he has done that I don't like, but on this one particular issue, is that he said, okay, well, I'm going to pull your card. Y'all want to sit up and call people in Texas and Arizona and even parts of California racist when we say we cannot deal with these huge waves of immigrations. We need to shore up the border. So guess what? Since you have the moral high ground, since you are so understanding, since you are so liberal, since you are so welcoming, how about you let all these people into your house, right? And you provide basic living, food, and necessities for them, because we can't afford it in our state, and we already know that. So you gotta respect the man for saying, okay, if this is going to be allowed in our country, the great state of Texas will not be dealing with it, right? And with that said, I'm not saying this is somebody who dislikes immigrants. I'm not saying that this is somebody who, like, I personally don't believe, now that they're here, I don't believe in rounding them and deporting them. You know, we don't let them in the country. Now we have to deal with it. And I mean, I grew up with illegal immigrants, but that was a long time ago. That was a different wave of immigration. I remember growing up, and the Mexicans that came in illegally into my city in Dallas, they didn't get all that help. They didn't come to Texas expecting people to fund them and give them housing and Medicaid and Section 8. No, they came and they worked together as family units. They might have worked for like a lower wage, but eventually they would just pull their resources together and buy things together as families. And if they couldn't go get a legal work permit, they had some type of marketable skill to where they figured out how to work for themselves and create their own business and build something for themselves. And to that, I say much respect. So it's like, I understand that there are people who come here and they're not asking for anything but an opportunity to show that they can get it out the mud. But that is a completely different situation than what has been going on in New York, where people are coming and they're staying in homeless shelters, right? They're staying in they're getting money on debit cards, getting food stamps and things of that nature. This new wave of immigration did not come over here with the expectation to get it out the mud like those Mexicans and Central Americans from yesteryear. So it's causing a strain. So yes, he has been speaking up about it. And I could absolutely see them saying, okay, well, we got to get our lick back. But I also do think that whatever charges are being brought up on him, there might be some truth to that. And I'm saying that because you are who you surround yourself with. And it's just always been odd to me that he was so buddy with Diddy.
Have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent. I will request an immediate trials so the New Yorkers can hear the truth. New Yorkers know my story. They know where I come from. I have been fighting injustice my entire life. That fight has continued as your mayor. Despite our pleas, when the federal government did nothing as its broken immigration policies overloaded our shelter system with no relief, I put the people of New York before party and politics.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I get that, right? And I'm going to give him I'm gonna give him his due for finally speaking up about it. But did you speak up about it because the people were putting the pressure on you? Because logistically, instead of trying to virtue signal in the beginning, he should have been saying that all along, that, hey, we cannot afford this. And to be fair, I think a lot of Democrats were saying what they felt like their constituency wanted to hear, right? A lot of politicians know that they cannot afford to handle illegal immigrants in their state or in their city. But in order to get votes, they're going to pretend like that is the logical and moral thing to do. Right? But he was finally placed in a situation where he had to be about that life. Okay, it sounds good. Let's see how you handle it in real life. And now he had to change his tune. But honestly and truly, any person with common sense, any person who has either ran a business or has worked in government for a long time, and you know how resources and funds are allocated and appropriated, knows that you cannot afford to take care of illegal immigrants because we can barely afford to take care of citizens here. Right. And I'm saying that as somebody who is an immigrant to a foreign country. For those of y'all who don't know, or you're just tuning in, I live in Colombia, but I came to this country legally. The government knows that I'm here and they won't give me anything. If I ran out of money today, there is no help and assistance available to me. They're going to be looking at me like, gringa, go home, because you cannot come over here and take resources from tax-paying Colombian citizens when the Colombian governments cannot even afford to take care of their own people. So a lot of this, oh, American people are racist if they just speak common sense about immigration policy. The rest of the world understands common sense immigration policies. And I guarantee you, as an American citizen, you cannot just roll up into anybody's country and think that they are going to fund you. They have no sympathy for you. You could have been broke and struggling in your own country, and they're going to be looking at you like, oh, well, that's your fault. You had opportunities living in America. So nobody's going to have sympathy for you as an American citizen. I'm just keeping it real.
Now, if I am charged, many may say I should resign because I cannot manage the city while fighting the case. I can also understand how everyday New Yorkers would be concerned that I cannot do my job while I face accusation. But I have been facing these lies for months since I began to speak out for all of you and their investigation started. Yet the city has continued to improve. Make no mistake, you elected me to.
I haven't heard from New Yorkers that the city is improving. So that I don't know. I want to know what metrics is he measuring to come on here and confidently say that the city of New York is improving, because native New Yorkers who are on the ground are saying that it's going to hell in a handbasket. So with that said, I feel like if he did not do the crimes that he's saying, because it's very possible that he's innocent. This is all alleged. This has not been proven in a court of law yet. It's very possible that he didn't do it. So I don't think he should resign, because to me, a resignation just strategically looks bad. It looks like I'm resigning because I did it and I just want to get out of the spotlight, because I know I'm about to be charged guilty or prosecuted for such and such crimes. And I understand that there are going to be people who are going to be calling for his resignation based solely just on accusations and charges being filed. But if I feel like you're innocent until proven guilty, I don't feel like people should resign from their posts until it can be proven in the court of law that they actually did what they are being accused of. Kind of like with that situation with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, how Disney went ahead and fired him in that situation from doing what was that, Fantastic Beast. Well, it ended up he was, what do we call it? He was vindicated. It ended up that he won his case, and Disney never gave him his role back, and I don't believe they compensated him for firing him. So I feel like until you have actually been found guilty, you should not be fired from your jobs, or you should not have to resign from your job. Okay. People should have to prove it first. And I'm not defending Eric Adams. I'm saying this as somebody who is a citizen of the United States and feels like people should have their due process in court.
Lead this city, and lead it I will. I humbly ask for your prayers and your patience as we see this through. God bless you, and God bless the city of New York. Thank you. My fellow.
Okay, guys. So this is getting sticky. I'm interested to see what is going to happen with this case, what is going to be revealed. Also, real quick, I have about, let me see, about 8 more minutes on here. So now, y'all remember how P. Diddy got arrested, the feds raided his house, and they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil, right? Now, at first, we were all looking like, oh, he a freak. He needed all that oil, or he was having that many people at the party that he needed all that baby oil. And of course, when we heard baby oil, we're thinking he's using the baby oil in the same way that they use Vaseline. You know, we're thinking all the baby oil is for backdoor action. Now, when I really go back and think about it, that kind of like in itself, I mean, you just got to be terribly disgusting and terribly just freaky and nasty and like doing this all the time to get to have that much baby oil, because y'all know baby oil goes a long way, right? Baby oil and Vaseline, like we will have the same bottle of baby oil and Vaseline sitting up under the kitchen sink, I'm sorry, the bathroom sink for like years before you run through it. So when I think about it, it kind of didn't make sense. Now it's being alleged that the baby oil was actually spiked. It's actually spiked with rugs. You know what I'm saying? Like rugs with the D at the beginning. I'm trying not to get my content flag. It's been alleged that it's spiked. So let me pull this up. I'm gonna go on TikTok. Okay, first, hold on. Let's watch this. This is what the lawyer said about the oil.
You know, back when I was a kid in the late 70s, they were called threesomes.
If these are genuinely threesomes, how do you explain 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
I don't know where the number 1,000 came.
The U.S. attorney said it.
I can't imagine it's thousands. I mean, you know, and I'm not really sure what the baby oil has to do with anything.
They're essentially saying it's a lubricant for an orgy.
I guess. I don't know what you need 1,000. One bottle of baby oil goes a long way. I don't know what you need 1,000 for. I mean,
This lawyer,
he has a big house he buys in bulk.
this lawyer is the ops. This lawyer is definitely the ops. You know, he's gonna try to clean it up and say he buys in bulk. But if the feds are saying he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and you're making it seem like, well, I don't know what he needs that for, like make it seem like it's a weird thing. Sir, you are supposed to be making your client look good, not proving the point that he is a weirdo.
Bulk. You know, I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. I mean, have you sat in a parking lot of a Costco and see what people walk out of there with?
Not 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was. Let's just say it's a lot. Okay. Call them freak off.
Sir, you can't clean that up. So let's watch this one.
All right, y'all, let's keep it real. I've been watching different stuff, right? It wasn't baby oil. Well, not just baby oil. It was baby oil that was laced with GHB. GHB, an old liquid ecstasy. I can't say that word good. An old liquid ecstasy drug.
I didn't even know they had liquid ecstasy. This is new to me. Now, I have seen information from like the federal investigation that in his Ciroc bottles, Diddy was putting liquid cocaine in there, which I didn't even know they made liquid cocaine. Okay, so this new GHB, liquid ecstasy, baby, he had liquid everything. Let's continue.
1,000 bottles of baby oil don't make sense when you think about it. So I had to look into some more videos, and y'all maybe have already seen it, but I had to bring it to my people. Puff Daddy did not have just 1,000 bottles of baby oil. The baby oil was laced with GHB, a liquid ecstasy, performance drug, stamina, all that. And what they would do, I guess, was splatter the baby oil on you. I don't know how they used it. All I'm saying is it makes sense. Why would the feds confiscate 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
Facts.
Man, just leave that shit out there. Man, leave that baby oil over there, man. We don't want that. We want some real shit. We don't want no baby oil. Because they know that that wasn't just baby oil. GHB, man. Look it up.
Yes, because that within itself is not like somebody having baby oil within itself is not a crime, right? I feel like somebody might have given him some information about the baby oil. Somebody that knew it was laced probably told the federal government, so they already knew to go in there and take it and test it. I mean, yes, it does look weird if you go in somebody's house and see 1,000 bottles of baby oil, but it's not illegal to have baby oil. So yes, they probably did have prior knowledge to this baby oil potentially being laced. And it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Like, remember Cassie would say she would have memory loss and things. So I'm like, what if this baby oil was laced with something that caused people to get super loose, but also, you know, later when they came down from whatever high they were on, have a fuzzy memory as to what happened.
That boy perfect, man. He was on a whole nother level with it, man. I'm out, y'all.
Yeah, that makes sense. And or what if, like, imagine being in, like, going to somebody's house and you see some baby oil on the counter and your hands are dry and there's no lotion, so you wash your hands and then you just like put some baby oil on your hands thinking it's regular baby oil, but it's laced. Or y'all know us women, we might feel a little drier, ashy. We go into the bathroom and put a little baby oil on us, just to kind of refresh, make ourselves look shiny and shimmery. And then boom, next thing you know, you're open to suggestion, you're loose, and you're doing things that you didn't necessarily come to that party to do. So this is all very interesting. I hope they televise this trial. I hope the media coverage is heavy. I am interested to see what comes from this federal investigation. And the lesson that we can learn, because y'all know I'm all about the lessons. We don't get on here and just gossip. Stay away from freaky people. Don't go in their house. Don't eat their food. If you know that somebody is freaky and they like to get down and they like to swing and they like to go to those type of underground smegs parties and things like that, like really stay away from them. But if you must be around with them, be around them in public settings with other people. Don't go around them alone, because that is not normal behavior. That is depravity. That is deviant behavior. And those type of people are desperate to get a need filled. I remember there was this woman that I worked with, and I knew she was an old, nasty, freaky woman. And she would always try to invite me over her house. Ma'am, I am never coming to your house. I'm like, oh, yeah, come. Ma'am, never, never coming to your house, because you give off that you're going to try something while I'm there. And I don't even want to be in that situation. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. And remember that I am a self-love coach that helps people radically transform their lives. I was able to do it at the beginning of the year. I decided that I wanted to make a change with my life and move to Colombia. And I developed a plan. And in 6 months, I was gone. My family didn't even believe me. They were like, what? You're really leaving? We thought you were just playing, girl. No. Once I get my mindset on something, it's as good as done. And I hold my boundaries. And above all, I put my self-respect above anything. So if you need help with that and you're interested in that kind of radical change, please send me an email at thepassportsis@gmail.com. I'm also known as Thepassportsis on TikTok. And I'm known as that because, again, I live in another country. I do travel. I itineraries, and I'm also a travel broker. So if you need help with your travel plans coming up for the holidays, or if you want to get into the travel business yourself and learn how to make money from it, hit me up at thepassportsis@gmail.com. Y'all had a wonderful day. Thank everybody who showed up. Bye-bye.